What's good, Call of Duty fans, and welcome back to Around the CDL. ROSTERMANIA is upon us. We had Major 2, which we're going to talk a bunch about this because we were all there. We got to meet a bunch of you guys, which is super sick. But, man, it's going to be a fun show because we got a lot to cover on this one. And even more next week, right, with more ROSTERMANIA news to come and pick'ems. But, boys, it's Wednesday night, a little bit of a different night, I guess, for us typically. But obviously, you guys had to travel back home. How was the week? How we feeling today? And who's ready to talk about ROSTERMANIA?
I'm always ready to talk, man. I'm excited to be here as always. Flight home, not gonna lie, super turbulence.
Oh,
Super
crap.
turbulence. We were bumping all over the place, but we got home in 2 hours, so I guess, beggars can't be choosers. I'm just happy to be here, man, as always.
Yeah, I always love to talk about some COD whenever we can. I was knocked out the entire plane ride home. No bullshit.
Huh.
So yeah, let's just get into it, chat. Let's just get into it. Let's talk about ROSTERMANIA.
Let's get into it, man. I mean, listen, we'll just start with the big end, right? We'll just go right into the topic. Let me switch my screen here. Luke came in with a 199 by the way. He said HAVOK passed around OpTic more than Ghost. I think you meant Ghosties blunt. Oh god damn. That's insane. Yeah, Luke, thank you for the super chat, brother. HAVOK is back. The nuke is back on OpTic, man. Who would have thought you'd see the day where HAVOK would come back for PRED twice in the same season? I mean, I'm gonna open the floor right to you guys, right? And chat, obviously, give us your thoughts as we go through this. But what do we think? HAVOK being back on OpTic, PRED now I don't know if he's technically a free agent or if he's restricted because he's under OpTic contract still. But floor is your guys. Go for it.
I mean, I don't know what this team is doing. We're starting to get into LAD's Cold War territory with the amount of roster changes that we're making. I mean, Karma kind of explained it on SCUMP stream this morning on why they did the change. Again, it wasn't anything personal. It's just strictly business. The team just wasn't meshing well. He said and PRED just as a sub duo just wasn't working this game. I mean, clearly worked last year with them winning the championship, but just this year just wasn't meshing well. They tried to get Flex to go, or they tried to get PRED to go on the Flex. He didn't want to and put Kenny on the sub. He said no. So they tried different things. It just wasn't working. And I mean, if I have mixed feelings about this, I know we can win with PRED on land. We have yet to win with HAVOK on land. We've gotten 2 seconds, a 6th, and an 8th. So seconds are close, but I know what we can get when we have PRED on the team, and I know we can win with HAVOK. I don't know. I also don't know how HAVOK's been playing, to be so honest, because he hasn't been on a team. And I know when we were talking with Rafi about that. Yeah, he's just literally just been playing like 8. He hasn't been on a Challengers team. He turned down the Seattle offer apparently. But yeah, I mean, I just hope the team, plays well. Hopefully my biggest hope with this team is now that we have HAVOK and Skies, our S&D is going to be top 3, top 2, because those are very good S&D players. So again, I'm hoping for that, but at the end of the day, I have mixed feelings about it just because of the placements we can do online with HAVOK versus without HAVOK and with PRED. So that's where I'm at. Again, no one really expected this. Some people kind of called for PRED to be dropped just because of how he was playing, and they got that. I was hoping the team would stick a little bit more, give it more than 2 matches. PRED did play really well on land as well. He brought that energy that we all know he can bring. Kind of turned up Shotzi a little bit as well when they played ROKKR. Obviously, the Toronto match didn't go so well either. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, I just have mixed feelings about it.
Fair enough. Preston, what do we think?
I'm sad, man. I'm sad. I love AG. It's one of those things where I understand, but I don't necessarily agree with the decision. I get it, but I just wish it didn't have to come to this. I think AG is unbelievable and individually disgusting, and he's one of my favorite players in the league. So this sucks for me really bad. On the other hand, I think Kyler is also very, very talented. And it was very clear that this team needed something to change. Is this the right change? I don't know. This is their 4th roster change of the season already, and we've played 2 splits. So, you know, this goes one of 2 ways. They finally found the right thing, and this is exactly the change they need, or this is just another carousel party, and it's going to be the same rinse repeat bullshit that we've had for the last 4 or 5 months. So, I like Kyler. I always will like Kyler. I respect Kyler as a player, and I hope that he does well. I think he was down a little dirty last time. Maybe not necessarily dirty is the word, but sort of maybe like a little shady, maybe more shady. But we'll see. I mean, this team is on blow it up watch, man. Like going into the off season, if they don't figure something out like fast, dude, they look really bad. So, we'll see. I will say, I've seen a lot of people undervaluing Skies. I don't think I like that. I think Skies is very good. I really do. And although he might have struggled in both series that he's played, he's had 2 series under the OpTic banner. It's not exactly fair to, judge people off of 2 series of play. And if you judge him off of the start of the season on AG as well, that honestly might be worse than judging him on his OpTic performance, because that team is absolutely catastrophic. So I think if there's one player, I don't even really care about Kyler that much. I know that's the ROSTERMANIA we're talking about, but I would literally put that to the side. I think it's Skies. I really do. I think it's Skies. I think he's been undervalued a lot. I think this team is better than the team that we saw at the major, which is obviously what matters. Do I think that they're competing for championships? Probably not. But do I think that they may, fight for a Sunday spot more consistently? Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this was, things that I guess we heard about a little bit when we were at the event this past weekend, and then obviously leading up to this, it was something that was starting to get around there with potentially Real getting bought out, potentially HAVOK coming back, but it sounded like either way, PRED was going to be gone. And it sounds kind of crazy, and especially when you put your hindsight glasses on to think like they dropped HAVOK, they brought PRED back, and then they dropped Kenny and they brought in Skies, all to just end up dropping PRED again anyway. It seems kind of like, why bring them back if when you're just dropping them again a month later, but it's not really up to them to be able to predict the future like that. It's interesting, man. I mean, at the end of the day, HAVOK is a really, really good player. HAVOK is a really good player, and he's really good at Black Ops 6. And at the end, how good you are at the game you're playing is more important than anything else the player has done in their career, right? Like, who could have had won nothing in his career up to this point? If he's just godlike at this game, look at a guy like Neptune. They're going to be on a team, and their team is going to perform well, right? Nep brought that Surge team to the finals this past weekend at Major 2. So, obviously, with HAVOK, OpTic hasn't really won anything yet. They still went out top 8 at Major 1, but people have looked at Skies as an upgrade over Kenny, and you bring in back HAVOK, HAVOK was on the team the last time OpTic was the best they were this season. So maybe it's all for the better, right? Like I always say, I feel like on the show, when we kind of talk about things like this, I default to the pros. If Shotzi and Dashy and Skies and JP and Karma think this is the best move for the team, then I will side with them on that, right? Like, you could disagree, and you could say you really like PRED, or you think he's a really good player, or he's really good at getting kills. All those things can be true, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's what's best for the team. And I'd imagine, the people in that camp know what they're doing, or at least are confident enough in their decision to make this. So, as much as it sucks to see PRED leave, especially because you add in the point where, like, wherever he goes, he's probably making them better, right? Like, not OpTic gets better in this case. Let's say best case scenario, OpTic gets better, right? Instead of being a top 8 team, let's say they're a top 5 team now. Pred's going to go somewhere and potentially take that team from a top 8 team to a top 5 team as well, or a top 4 team, or a top 4 team to a top 2 team. Like, who really knows? So do you add in that case? And then there's also Kenny, which we can talk about to an extent. But it's definitely a move that I think caught some people off guard and were surprised to see this happen. And I saw it pretty split on the timeline. And based on what I'm seeing in chat, some people think OpTic season is over. Some people like this move. So it seems pretty 50-50. All I know is Pred is slamming OpTic the first time he plays them. I'm taking the team. Whoever he joins, I'm taking that team over OpTic first series for sure, bro. For sure.
I love AG, man. It sucks.
He probably is, honestly. He probably is going to slam our shit.
It sucks. You guys know it as well. You guys know it as good as anybody. I fucking love AG. So this sucks like a lot. But as always, I'm an OpTic fan at heart. So I hope that they do well, man. I want to see them succeed. That's my number one thing. I want to see them succeed no matter what roster they put out there. So I wish nothing but the best. I really feel bad for Kyler. I really do. This feels like the last X amount of months of his life has just been rinse and repeat. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, Hook's just been waiting, right? Whether he truly was on the OpTic bench this whole time, or he was just waiting for the call back, turned down the Surge offer like people were, rumors were going around, speculating. He's back, man. The nuke is back on OpTic, and I'm sure he's gonna fry, right? Like, Hook is gonna fry. It's just a matter of, like, is what he's gonna do for the team gonna make the difference, and can they still be successful as a team? Also, Upcast, 8-month member, my guy. Also, shout out Splitty for the super chat earlier. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what happens, obviously, with Hook back on this team. Now with Skies, add a different dynamic. It's not the same team as it was when he was with Kenny. We'll see how this changes things. Do they get better? Do they get worse? Who really ultimately knows? But it's grind time for OpTic, man. It's grind time for every team in the league, especially the ones that are fighting for champs. But OpTic's in 6th seed right now, I believe, in their overall standings, and the top half of the pack is pulling away in terms of CDL points. So OpTic needs to pedal to the metal, win online quals, and get a run at this major if they want to really secure their spot at champs and not have to play a FAZE or a LAT or a Toronto or a Surge in winners round 1, which I don't think anyone really is looking to pull that draw at champs. But that's still down the line to talk about champs. What I do want to ask you guys, though, in chat, you guys give us your opinions on this. Where does Pred go? Where does Pred go? Obviously, there's a couple options, but I'm going to open the floor to you guys. Initial thoughts, possibilities, what do we think?
I think there's really only 2 teams. One of them being C9, but I highly doubt they make a change. Could be a possibility. But it also depends if the money's there, which is kind of what happened with Kenny, or what the rumors were saying on why the deal of Kenny for Vivid fell through was because of money. The only other team I could really see signing is Falcons. They have the money. I'm pretty sure that they throw a bag at Pred and he would gladly accept it. I know a lot of people were saying Thieves for Envoy, but that just doesn't make any sense on replacing your very OBJ kind of sacrifice yourself SNG and Envoy for another Slayer when you already have Hydra. I guess having 2 Slayers could be good, but doesn't really make any sense. Carolina could also be another possibility. Again, same thing for Vivid. Move Teach to the flex, put him in the sub with Quinn. But that also, again, money probably isn't there. If they're not going to get Kenny, they're probably not going to go out and get Pred, who is a better player. So realistically, I think Falcons is probably the only way he goes for the money. If he's willing to take a pay cut and go to another team, I would say C9.
All right, let me throw a curveball out here. You guys tell me if I'm faded or not. What do we think about Boston?
I think like kind of what Nick said in chat. He said surely he joins a team that has a chance of making champs, right? I feel like that makes the most sense. Like, why would Pred go to a team that's not going to make champs? But if what happened with Kenny is going to be the same with Pred, does he have to be bought out from OpTic? Boston's not buying nobody out. Those guys want out of the league. They're definitely not buying anybody out. But I also don't know what teams would buy anybody out other than potentially Falcons. So I think Pred to Boston for Purge sounds like maybe, definitely an upgrade on paper. But I don't know if Boston wants to spend that cash.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I also think I don't think Boston would make a swap with the placement that they just got. Yes, Purge, Cammy, and Awakening they haven't played the greatest, but they picked it up a lot.
They listen. They beat LAT winners round 1, so they probably aren't going to change.
Yeah,
they probably feel like
I don't remember.
They probably feel like they know that they're capable of some crazy shit.
Are you sure the Cammy thing was a buyout issue? According to what Tom and Sam said, their money just wasn't there. I think Kenny was just a little bit too high on the price for Carolina.
I don't know. I would say maybe Falcons would be my guess. I mean, I don't really know where else he goes, to be honest. You're not going to FaZe, you're not going to LAT, you're not going to Surge, you're not going to Ultra. There's 4 there. You're obviously off OpTic, there's 5. Okay? So then you got Ravens, Breach. I mean, Miami already announced their roster, so there's 6. You got Ravens, Breach, Falcons, LAG, ROKKR.
Yeah, I don't know.
C9 and C9. So if it's not C9, which it looks like C9's not making a change, where does he go?
Falcons.
Exactly.
Give him a blank check and said, "Here you go, Pred."
That's exactly what I would.
You want.
That's exactly what I would say. I would say Falcons, because the way that it looks to me, if I'm reading into this social media shit right, it looks like C9 aren't making a change. So
yeah, C9 like Attach has been joking on the timeline and chat's trolling. C9's been tweeting stuff. Typically, you're not playing into the ROSTERMANIA fun if you're the one making a change. So I would imagine they're not making one for C9. But I guess you never know, right? Because I think Mac was a little underwhelming this stage, right? And you bring him on there with Kremp, maybe it feels like a good move. But I feel like Falcons seems like the only answer.
Do you, Rafi? This fucker Rafi just said,
I guess
I have some juicy intel for you, boy.
For my boys. Intel for us?
Oh my god!
I mean, drop
I guess in a weird way, ROKKR might make sense if they wanted to test the water and get rid of Nero.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I feel like they wouldn't have.
They just pick up Alec.
I feel like they wouldn't have enough pace.
I mean,
especially for BO6.
I don't think they would have enough pace either. I don't think Astro's like that aggressive of a sub. But I'm just saying, like, if the Nero inconsistencies stay,
I got it.
If they tried to make a change,
I got it. Pred goes to OMiT for challengers. They win everything. Bada bing, bada boom. I hear you.
I like the sound of that.
The pipeline.
The pipeline.
Yeah. Where Pred goes is going to spice things up, right? Maybe not as much as we think if it ends up being Falcons, because no one Falcons drops are going to get picked up, right? Other than maybe Exton Exton's going to stay on that team, right? Like Zuma and Octane said, they're making an NA roster, a 3-man change. Exton's obviously, if I had to go out on a limb, going to be the one that stays on that team. I don't think it's going to be any of the other guys. But I don't know. Maybe Pred decides he doesn't want to play for. It's kind of like, I guess this is really just more of a personal preference choice. So you guys can answer this in chat. You guys can answer this as well. If you're Pred, would you rather play for a team like Falcons that you're not even going to make champs for the rest of the season? Or would you rather just chill and wait for next season to start and then sign to an org then? What do you think is more preferable?
Whatever makes him the most money. I mean, at this point, I think
guess
you're
playing on
a
team,
right?
you're getting a salary, so.
Yeah, but I think you're chasing a bag. If the teams that we listed, very few have a real chance at making champs, right? So, I mean, I think you're going where the money goes, right? In this situation, I think money talks, because this is a very unique situation. He just went from OpTic to, he's no longer on a team. And there are 2, maybe 3 rosters in the remaining 6 that make sense that, have a realistic spot to champs here. So,
Do you think?
At this
Do you
point,
think you wait another,
I don't
month or
think.
two and see if C9 comes ringing? Like, yo, listen, it's getting close to champs time. We might need to bring Pred in, or Ravens, or Boston.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Or
I
do
I
don't
you
know.
just go to
guess.
Falcons now because you're gonna get some money?
I guess it depends where his head is really at. Like at this point, does he think, all right, I want to go to a contender, or I just want the bag? I
Yeah.
think that's where it really comes down to. And if it's the bag, obviously Falcons, because again, they're going to hand him a blank check and say, whatever the fuck you want, put it on that dotted line, and we'll make it happen. And I know someone said him going to Falcons is going to hurt his stock. Probably not, because he's probably going to be the best player on that team, 1,000%. Yes, he's not going to be winning as much. I mean, he might be their savior and get them, possibly a top 8 at a major with the energy that him and Exton kind of have. Because you see the energy that Exton has right now
Yeah.
when they're losing. I mean, they go fucking crazy. Um, so, and again, they're probably gonna. So Falcons probably are gonna keep Exton, and the rest of them are gonna be NA players, um, either challengers or former pros that aren't, probably aren't playing right now. Shit, they may give Scump a bag. Say, here's 50 mil.
That would be
Come
sick.
play with us, you and Pred, and go that way. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So realistically, I think he goes to Falcons for the money. Like no bullshit. If he wants to win, C9 would be his own. C9 in Boston and ROKKR would probably be his only options. But I doubt he would want to take that massive of a pay cut to play for them.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think the C9 route would be fun, though. I really do. I think the C9 route would be fun. I just don't see it happening. But that's like the team, realistically, that I think has the best chance to make champs that would make a roster move and fit, Pred's play style. So I think it's down to those two for me. I just threw Boston out there as like, hey, do you see maybe this in a weird world could this potentially be a thing?
Yeah. Fueled also mentioned in chat. I didn't know this, but I know Fueled wouldn't lie to me. He said Pred bought a house in Dallas. So, I mean, there's obviously half the league plays out of Texas anyway, so maybe that wouldn't be too big of a problem if he signed to a team that's already down here. But a C9, he'd have to move to LA, and he just bought a house. Which I mean, I guess you got to do what you got to do if you want to, chase the chips. But
True. I didn't know that. That's actually
if he did just buy a house, that is just kind of unfortunate.
That's good to know.
It is kind of unfortunate to buy a house and then immediately get dropped from the team that you just, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Wait, did he get dropped? I don't.
Chat. Did you guys know that Pred got dropped today? Nah, but that I thought was pretty crazy news. But I want to also talk about the other side of OpTic related moves here. If I can find the clip here. Apparently, Kenny's not going to Ravens anymore. Now, I guess we didn't even technically talk about Kenny to Ravens because we weren't live last night when that originally dropped. I actually want to play this clip real quick to make sure I hear what they say. All right, 1 second.
Oh, man.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm hearing that Kenny shit fell through, bro. I'm hearing it fell through. I heard there was something with the contracts or something with the something with the like the transfer and the money and just Carolina.
Okay, well, hey, 30.
He said, "I hear there's something with the contracts and the transfer and the money." That's what Zuma said. So I don't know if that means buyout from OpTic or if that means Kenny didn't want to take whatever they were offering. It sounds to me like it's a buyout thing. Like, because you wouldn't talk about transfer if it didn't have anything to do. Like, you transfer sounds like from one team to another to me.
Yeah, I think it sounds like the price just wasn't met. I think is what it sounds like to me.
Well, I mean, either way, right? Whether it's Carolina won't pay him enough or Carolina won't buy him out from OpTic, Kenny's apparently on the open market or a free agent. And then the second part of that is, do Ravens try to switch out Vivid, or do they just say, all right, we'll just keep it running? Like, are they just going to say, we'll just bring him back? So, sorry, Vivid, we tried to drop you for Kenny, but you can come back. Like, you're still here.
They go after Pred. And here's the thing, though, that we talked about this. Yeah, that's the only, but that doesn't make any sense to me. Their SMG duo has been their bright spot this year. Yeah. I don't think you mess that up. I don't think you change that. Because who's to say TJ doesn't go to flex and is absolutely fucking horse piss?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I like people have said in the chat, and I'm sure other people maybe didn't hear this. PRED apparently declined flexing for OpTic. They apparently said we should try you flex. Can he go to the sub? And PRED said no. So to anyone that thinks PRED should go to a team as a flex, that's apparently not going to happen because he doesn't want to run a flex. He wants to run a sub. Yeah. So he would have to go, if he was to go to Ravens, Gwyn or Tej would have to move into the flex spot, which would just make no sense because, I mean, I don't know, maybe Gwyn would be better on LAN if he was flexing. Who knows? Maybe he'd be a little more comfortable, but I don't know. What do we think? Let me give you two questions. What do you think Ravens do if Kenny if has fallen through? And where do you think Kenny goes? Or if he goes anywhere? I'm going to open the floor because I'm about to sneeze.
You're muted.
First, I want to answer Fields. Good call. I want to answer Fields' question of, do you guys think that's selfish? Low-key, I kind of think it is. Like, I feel like if you really want to win, if PRED is as much of a winner as he says he is, I would do anything to try and make the team better. Especially if you're already shitting the bed and losing games and nothing is going right for you. Like, you got to try something. So I guess it's a little selfish, but also I could see it from PRED's perspective where if he does go on the flex and he does absolutely terrible, his stock goes down a little bit. And obviously he wouldn't want that. So, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's a team game. You got to do what's best for the team. And if they want to try you out for a series of you being at flex, like, just try it out. Like, the worst thing that can happen is it sucks and y'all go back to what you were previously. So, but back to the Kenny thing. I don't think Ravens really do any changes. Like, they did worse this major, but who do you really pick up? I mean, obviously, you can go to the pipeline OMiT and pick up any of those players, if you know what I'm saying. Shout out to OMiT. Those are my guys.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Dylan Rex is right there. He's literally right there.
He is right there. Rafi.
Rex is nasty.
Your line.
Rex is nasty. Also, my stream might be lagging right now. It says I'm dropping frames.
Yeah, it kind of is, low-key.
Oh, great. Love that.
You are completely clear on Twitch, but you're lagging on YouTube.
Love that. Love that. Sorry, chat. Spectrum internet is just absolutely sucked ass the last couple weeks.
All right, we're back. You're good. You're good. Sorry, chat.
Sorry if it lagged, man. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, maybe have him go to LAG. Maybe Gotaga's willing to spend a little bit more bread. I don't see him going to Falcons. Don't see him going to Boston. Don't see him going to Don't see him going to really any other team right now. I don't know. It's just like a tricky situation because he was playing bad. I don't know how many teams would really want to take a chance on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a two-time world champ, so teams would be willing to take a chance on him, maybe on a different role, a sub, ? Maybe Carolina says, fuck it, Tej, you go to the flex, and we'll put Kenny at a sub and see how that works.
They might as well just get PRED at that point.
I don't know. But
I think I have this Kenny situation figured out.
Oh, shit. You got intel?
No.
Chad, this is intel.
I mean,
this is intel. You can pretend it's not, but this is intel.
No, besides hearing what everyone else heard about the, Kenny situation falling through. I think if you're Ken, you have two options. You get an offer from a championship team, a.k.a. a team that's going to guarantee make champs, a.k.a. the Carolina Royal Ravens, and you take it. Mm-hmm. Because then your stock, no matter what, you're fine, okay? Unless for some reason that team that you join turns to absolute shit, then it, maybe it goes down. I don't think, or you sit out for the rest of the season, because I don't think joining a team that is absolutely shit is going to help your stock at all. Because if you join this team and that team doesn't get any better and they continue to struggle while your stock is already lower, it doesn't look good for you. I think you're better off just sitting out the rest of the season, waiting for a new game and a team to say, okay, let's go pick up this two-time world champ again. So this LAG, I don't think LAG makes sense. If Falcons were to go get like a PRED, an Exit, and somebody else on their team, and Kenny's like, you know what, these guys maybe not make champs, but I think this is actually a solid roster. Maybe for passion, I want to play, sure. But I think LAG might be chalked, bro. I think the Falcons for sure might be chalked. And, these teams like these lower teams, I don't know if it's worth it for him. I really don't. I think you either find a championship contending roster that is willing to take a sacrifice on you because you are who you are, or you just wait until next season to play again. I think that's ultimately what you do.
Yeah. I feel like it's so hard to judge like what a player could be thinking when they're deciding what teams they want to go to, because like if I'm Kenny, right, if I'm using my mindset, so like obviously not if I'm thinking as Kenny, just like if I was in Kenny's shoes, my thought would be like, if I gotta take a pay cut but I can play for Ravens, we're still gonna have good finishes at majors, so I'm still gonna make prize money, and I'm gonna make champs, and I could potentially make a run at champs. To me, that sounds good. But if you're a guy like Kenny who's not really, maybe you're just thinking to yourself like, I'm fucking Kenny. Like, I'm going to get an offer next season, right? Like, I'm going to get on a team next year. I don't got to settle for less money now. I can just chill and not hurt my stock, potentially hurt my stock any more than, unfortunately, he already did this year. Like, I don't know which boat he sits in. Because, like, for me, it's like, just play, right? Like, at the end of the day, one, you're still Kenny, right? So, like, people are still going to probably want to play with you next year, even if you look shit this year. And two, he's probably not strapped for cash, and he can still make prize money playing for Ravens, even if his salary is significantly less.
It definitely just depends on the situation, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, because I think Ken's a guy who wants to win. Like, Kenny never struck me as a guy who's like, I'm about my contract bag. He strikes me more as a guy who wants to get those dubs.
Yeah, Ken's a winner, man. Ken plays to win.
I don't know. Sorry, Alex, what were you saying?
I was going to say, I mean, him going to Ravens would also make a lot of sense because he wouldn't have to be that IGL because they have Slasher. And maybe he could kind of not play as kind of confined maybe as he was on OpTic with that system. He can kind of just roam around, do what he does, be the SMG Slayer that we know he could be. Maybe that could work for him, but who knows?
Yeah. And Luke, I was going to say, I see what Luke's saying in chat. He doesn't want to be on the minimum. I'd rather be on the minimum than be on nothing. Like, would Kenny rather make 50K a year or zero? You know,
here's the counter to that. If he waits and sits that for the start of the season, he's likely to be making him.
I guess also OpTic's still going to pay him. If he's still under contract with OpTic, then they're going to pay him because if they let him go, he can go wherever he wants for free. But if it is truly OpTic let him go and it's a matter of him accepting a contract from Ravens, then it's either zero or it's whatever they're offering. So I don't know what it is. If he's on contract with OpTic, then it adds a little different thing in there. But
he has to be on contract with OpTic or there would be no buyout.
Well, unless what Zuma said or potentially goes on to say later after this clip, maybe it's not a buyout thing. Maybe it's a contract thing because I've seen people say two different things, so I don't actually know what's true. To me, it sounds like a buyout thing.
I don't know. I mean, he still has the badge, so to me, it looks like he is on the team, just not playing and starting. It looks like for the first time ever, they've done like a sub role, like he's still rostered, even though people are like OpTic's never done that. It looks like this entire situation is different, right? I mean, we're witnessing a catastrophic breakdown from one of the top organizations in the league. So this entire
Joker just said that if they let him go, then he gets 2 months pay from the date he was dropped.
Okay, so he gets 2 months severance.
Yeah,
that
makes sense.
That could also be playing a factor on.
That makes sense.
Numbers and contracts and stuff. So
that is good to. That's good to know. That's good intel there. Appreciate that. Joker. It's our guy.
So I'd imagine
it's different because he bends himself as opposed to getting dropped. I don't know.
I wouldn't imagine that. So. I wouldn't imagine that make much of a difference. In Surplum with the 10. Let's go. Yeah, chat. We're collecting super chats to fund Preston coming to Major 4 at DreamHack. So if anyone's got any bread lying around and you want to help Preston come to the event, you know what I'm saying? Surplum, appreciate you, brother. And Abby, thank you for the 20 sec. Yes,
we love
sir.
Sec around here.
Thank you, Enjoy, bro. Thank you, bro.
But yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know what's up with the whole Kenny situation. Like, it's just, I go back to what we said last week. I wish contracts were more transparent. Because I want to know, is he under contract with OpTic? Does he have a buyout? Is he taking a massive... I mean, he's definitely taking a pay cut from OpTic to another team. But, like, I want to know these things, bro. I want to know these things.
If only there was, like, just more contract intel out there. I don't know why it's so secretive within esports.
Yeah, literally. Dude, I wish it was transparent like it was for sports, but it is what it is. It be what it be.
I think everything minus pay and buyout should be available. I agree.
But let's talk about some of these other moves, man. We're going to just scroll through Ronnie's page since Brothers got shit dropped left and right over the last couple days. Let's start out here. OMiT Rafi tweets out the little gif here in the empty room. It looks like a lot of OMiT guys are going to the league, chat. We're going to touch on a couple of those that obviously have already been rumored or kind of tweeted about publicly about who could be heading where, but shout out OMiT, man. Shout out OMiT. We're gonna talk about Major 2 a little bit after we stop talking about ROSTERMANIA. But watching these guys play in person, especially watching OMiT GG make the run and win the finals, that shit was hype, bro. The Passion Pit is called that for a reason. They were getting loud in there.
I could not believe it, chat, dude. It was so loud, dude. Dude, it's that Passion Pit. The nickname is very, very suitable. It's a perfect nickname.
Yeah, it was a little hot and stinky.
It was very hot. He's lying. It was very hot and stinky. It wasn't a little.
Chad, it's the Passion Pit for a fucking reason. But Darnell said, "Is Lynz getting dropped?" I think
Lynz getting
that's
benched.
what they kind of. Yes, he's getting benched.
Still a rumor. Still a rumor. Here you go. Sources: ROKKR in talks with Arcitys. Arcitys obviously just won Major 2. It would of course be for Paul X. I think everyone knew they were going to probably drop Paul X after this event, right? People probably maybe thought it would be Tyler Fellow in this team instead of Arcitys. But I mean, I actually don't mind Alec back to the league. I feel like I would have been. I feel like I was a little bit hesitant at first, but after watching him play Challenger, since we've been watching a lot more Challenger this year, and then obviously seeing him in person play at the event this past weekend, Arcitys is good. He brings leadership, which I think is hard to value in COD, but is something people said about this ROKKR team that they thought they would need with a bunch of young guys like Nero, Estrel, and Geo. So if Arcitys plays the way he was playing in Challengers, like he was actually getting kills, he wasn't playing too slow, he can obviously bring a winning mentality and leadership. As long as he can keep his vibe high, I think it's a good pickup for these guys, for Paul, because Paul X's lowest KD at Major 2, by the way. Fun fact, if you wanted to know.
Yeah, I think we all knew this was coming. We thought, how Jake said, we thought it was going to happen after last Major. And I mean, just felt bad for Paul. Yes, I make fun of Paul and call him ass and stuff, but you know, it's the CDL. You have to play at the highest level possible, and if you're not, unfortunately, you're going to get dropped. And obviously, with the players that OMiT has, again, shout out OMiT, those are my guys. I mean, like you kind of have to be, you have to be on your P's and Q's because they're right there behind you, and they could easily, take your spot. And it looks like that's what's going to happen with Alec. And I just remember watching Alec Grand Finals, like no bullshit. He was like a human UAV. He was literally calling everything out.
He was definitely the most vocal in their comms.
Yeah. And like S&D strats, he was spitting shit, just everything. So I liked this move for them. Again, I think we all knew it was either going to be, or I think most of us thought it was going to be Fellow in place of Paul. But I'm not mad at Alec. Again, he played really well. They won the Challengers Majors. So, yeah, he played really good. So hyped for him to get back into the league. And I'm excited for how this team will do. I'm hoping Nero can get back to his ways of being able to kind of keep up or be that fast-paced SMG, get a lot of kills, put a lot of pressure on the map. And like I feel like everyone knows what you're going to get out of Geo and Estro already. So it could be a pretty dark horse team, I would say.
I personally think either way they went with this, they were okay. Genuinely. I think Fellow and Arcitys are more one of the same. Obviously, Arcitys has the accolades, right? But I think they both kind of bring, we use this word quite a lot. The intangibles,
Mhm.
untangibles, whatever. I mean,
Intangibles.
intangibles. Yeah. Um, he brings the leadership. He
Mhm.
brings, that the vocal voice in intense situations, chilling out, resetting the team. And it should, I don't know how many people remember this. It was leaked at the beginning of the year that he was their fourth. It
Yeah.
was him and Hook versus Paul and Nero, right? It was him and Hook versus Paul and Nero, and then they switched and went with Paul and Nero instead of Arcitys and Hook. So, they had their eyes on them to start the season, and it didn't go his way. He battled his way through challengers, and here we are halfway through the season, and they're bringing him back. I think this makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
I either one of these two names would have made sense to me, him or Tyler Fellows. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking this was this was a good change for Rocker. I do.
Yeah. At this point, nothing can really hurt this team a whole ton. Like maybe these guys are all friends outside of the game. Maybe Paul's a really big in-game leader for them, but brother was dropping like a 0.6, 0.7, right? It's just one of those things where it's like you just need a little extra and it can help your team get a bit better. So we'll see. But ROKKR, Arcitys, a move here. We obviously talked about this Kenny Ravens thing apparently not happening anymore, so I guess we don't really have to touch on that. Where is the next move here? Where's the next move? Here's a little fun tweet. Another Raffy tweet here. Ronnie retweeted, dude. Ronnie loves Raffy. Raffy asked, any CDL teams want to collab on an academy team next year? No cost to you. First in line for player pickups. I think some teams should hit them up for this. Now, ultimately, this would have to be a team that like expects to make roster changes. Like an LA Thieves or a FaZe or an OpTic wouldn't do this because you ideally are going into the season with a good squad. You're hopefully not expecting to make changes. But it seemed like a Boston Breach or a ROKKR or a Surge or a Heretics or, like some of these middle of the pack squads, it couldn't hurt to hit Raffy up. Send him a message, do this little academy team with them. It's going to cost you nothing, like he said. And when one of those players are frying and you need someone to fill in, you're first in line. So we just shout out to Raffy, shout out to OMiT. Those are our guys.
Dude, OMiT's actually the pipeline, bro. It's actually
they really are. Chat, these guys, genuinely, we gas OMiT all the time, obviously, because we're a part of them now, but even previously, like, bro, every player that joins the league is basically from OMiT. It just seems like it's actually insane. I'm excited to see what OMiT's new rosters look like. Because with rumors of a couple of them already heading to the league, and I mean, hopefully more, I think more of those guys are deserving. I'm interested to see who else they can pick up. But first, I guess we'll go here since I'm just going up Ronnie's page. Super in for Lucky for the Miami Heretics. Chat, W or L? Let me know, chat. W or L, Super in for Lucky. We obviously saw Super play one series for these guys. He was filling in for medals, so he's playing more of a primary sub, which is not his role. I think he's a bit more of a flex or even a main. But coming in for Lucky, he's definitely going to be running an AR a lot of the time. This guy's godlike at search and destroy. We were talking to Raffy this past weekend at the event. He was really high on Super. He said Super's a really good player. And I mean, like we just said, that motherfucker Raffy knows talent. He knows how to build teams and get players to the league. And Super was very briefly on OMiT, but now he's back to the league here with Lucky. And chat seems to think it's a W, but what do you guys think about this?
Yeah, I mean, all of us kind of expected it to happen. We were anticipating it was probably going to happen after Major 1, but then they got top 3, so we're like, probably not, never mind. And then they go out and get top 12.
What a
and
what a Fufu Major 1, man. I mean, wow.
Land buff, I'm telling you. But yeah, so I mean, we all kind of knew it was going to happen. I'm excited for Super. He came in that one series for, I forgot who he came in for, medals.
Yeah, for medals.
Yes. Yeah.
When he was sick. Obviously didn't do the greatest. I think he did pretty well in S&D, but I mean, brother had probably like a couple hours notice. Hey, you're going in. So, yeah, he played really well at the Challengers Land this past weekend. So I'm excited to see what that roster does. Hopefully he brings kind of what they need, because obviously Real and RANT are really good at this game. They're stars in their own right. So I just hope he brings what this team needs, because Miami is a really fun team to watch. Why did you make that face?
Fuck no, they're not.
Real and ROKKR are fun to watch
Holy
occasionally.
fuck.
They make it competitive for Miami, so yeah, they're fun to watch.
I watched Real drop 70 and win by 12. I don't know if they're a fun team to watch.
Dude, I watched Real.
I mean,
I watched Real
so,
fucking
brother.
drop 40. Brother dropped the most kills I've ever seen in 4 maps, and he still got 3-1. Poor guy. They're okay. They're an okay team to watch. We can agree to disagree on that one.
I mean, I guess you'd rather watch them over OpTic right now, right? I mean, I guess. Like, free
OpTic are shit.
I guess I hear you.
But yeah, I mean, listen, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think they're going to drop this Spanish-only roster in the near future, right? Because, like, they've kind of exhausted all their options, unless there's, like, a kid who turns freshly 18 that's cracked out that speaks Spanish. Ultra tried to buy Real this offseason. Apparently, and there's got to be some validity to it if there was a bunch of things about it on Twitter. OpTic tried to buy Real. It seems like they're like slightly maybe willing to field offers to Real, which makes me think if they're willing to at least field the rosters, they're willing to sell him. If they're willing to sell by far the best Spanish SMG talent they could find, you got to think they might be okay with getting some other players on this team one day to pair up with maybe Super and RANT as a duo, or maybe just RANT if Super doesn't work out or something like that. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. I mean, I thought they should have made this change after Major 1, but, it is what it is. I read this come from a mile away. I thought that this split would be harder for them. They would get top 12. They literally got top 12. So this was the easiest read of all time for me on Miami.
Mm-hmm.
They essentially wasted a split like another team in the league. Yeah, but we'll see. We will see. I'm hoping that this Spanish gimmick goes away. I'm hoping that region lock rosters are no longer a thing next year, because this shit's ass.
Well, it looks like the Falcons region lock is going to be over here in a matter of days.
Yeah, respectfully, of course. Like, I respect different regions and different Call of Duty players from different regions, but this region lock bullshit is ass. Make a team that's going to win, or don't make a team, please. Holy shit.
Yeah, I truthfully think, like, I really do respect, like, Miami and Falcons for trying to grow the scene in their region and things like that. Like, I think trying to grow the Spanish COD scene or trying to grow the Saudi COD scene is really dope. But I almost think you'd find more success if you had a guy like Real, RANT, XNID frying and winning with other players, and people seeing, like, oh my god, like a Saudi kid watching XNID win, or a Spanish kid watching Real win, I feel like is more motivating for growing the scene and aspiring players than watching a Saudi team get fucking cooked every single series, and not win anything and be like, why would I try to go to the league if we're not going to win nothing? Maybe that's just my take on it, but I think you need a fair mix. I think you need a fair mix of competition and the region you're trying to grow all at once. All right, let's keep scrolling. Let's keep scrolling. I think this is the last one. This is Ronnie's pinned tweet. Gentlemates are targeting Johnny to replace Lynz, who will be benched. Not dropped, but benched, according to Ronnie here. Obviously, with these rumors, anything we're looking at for Ronnie right now could potentially change, because we don't have the actual team announcement yet. But Lynz being benched, can anyone say that they were surprised by this?
No, he's fucking dog shit.
This motherfucker runs. This guy runs from gunfights, bro. He runs from gunfights.
He's absolute dog shit. I mean, he's probably the worst sub, other than the Falcons players. So he might have been, Gotaga's golden boy, but Jesus, when you're running away from gunfights, brother, you gotta go.
That was bad. His arrow was horrible to watch. Lynz, I mean, listen, no disrespect to Lynz's individual raw, like, gun skill. Like, this kid's dirty. Like, you get in a gunfight with this kid, he's really, really good. But you watch his arrow on the minimap, and it's just not fun. Like, it's just not ideal. Everybody if I think his arrow is bad, I can't imagine what people who understand the game at a much higher level think in comparison to me. So him going to the bench, Johnny coming in, who was, I don't know if it was official or unofficial, the CDC Intel page tweeted out the challengers page that Johnny was the MVP for Major 2 challengers. I mean, from OMiT, you know what I'm saying? From OMiT, those are our guys. But what do we think? What do we think about the move? Johnny coming in for Lynz. And chat, let me know, W or L, Lynz for, or Johnny for Lynz. What do we think?
W. Yeah, I would say W. Johnny was frying, bro. Holy shit, Johnny was frying. Motherfucker might be like 5'3", but that dude's got a lot of aura.
He's not the only one who was like 5'3" in that venue.
Chat, I almost stepped on 37 people in challengers this past weekend. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I mean, these guys are small as shit. Holy, I could not believe it. If you haven't seen the Johnny interview, go watch the Johnny interview. It's absolutely comedy.
Insane,
Holy
chat,
shit.
genuinely.
It is. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a W for sure. It's a W.
Dude, I for a second I thought Eric Boom was like a Funko Pop when he was standing there. No disrespect to Eric Boom, but holy shit. I mean, chat, these guys were tiny. These guys, listen, I get that we're like relatively tall, but Christ.
Yeah. I mean, you have like majority of them are like 5'6", okay? And then you have like Tyler Fellow and Bance who are like 6'7", just towering over everyone. Literally towering over everyone.
You're gonna take that? What the fuck do you mean, brother? Phil, you're a fucking idiot. But yeah, it's a W. I mean, Johnny, he won MVP of the fucking LAN for a reason. He had a 1.22 overall.
Let me see if I can pull up his stats.
I think OMiT GG retweeted it.
Yeah, put up that Caspo graphic, dude. That motherfucker nasty.
But yeah, he had like a 1.56 in grand. So I forgot his name, but he said when Johnny is in flow, like he is just doing that gunfight on Team War against Yuli.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I don't think we ever
Dude, chat. We were chat after the series versus Team War. We're sitting right outside the doors, right? And Johnny comes out.
Oh my god!
Johnny comes out, and we're like gassing him up, and Preston goes, "Johnny, who did you absolutely shit on in the last round of the SND?" And literally, as Johnny turns around to answer Preston, Yuli walks past us and goes, "Bro, I stopped shooting." And we were just dying. It was so funny. It was literally so funny. Preston right in front of Yuli was like, he absolutely shit on him. Oh my god, it was insane.
Dude, he did. He shit on him. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we might have to find the clip.
Dude, Johnny had a 1.56 in grand finals, by the way. Yeah, so Yuli's never going to talk to us is basically the moral of the story.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. COD timing IRL chat. It was insane. 6'7" out of the womb. Thank you. You said transparent rectangle on I don't see a transparent rectangle.
Alex got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
It was on his camera. Yeah, Preston was, I mean, to be fair, Yuli was eliminated at that point, so I don't think his vibe could have been any more killed. But that shit was hilarious.
I was just trying to dope up Johnny, dude. And then all of a sudden, I absolutely fucking...
That shit was hilarious.
That shit was comedy.
Yeah. Also, let me just answer Keith Lee real quick, because he keeps asking about PRED to C9.
Keith Lee?
PRED to C9, the only way Keith Lee. Yeah, shout out Keith Lee. The only way I see PRED to C9 happening is for Mac. PRED's not going to go for Kremp, because Kremp he might be their best player. Kremp might be their best player. It's between him and Sib at this point. And if it's for attach, then Mac would have to flex. Which Mac is a good flex, so I could actually see that being a thing, but it's definitely not for Kremp, since I just wanted to answer that because I saw Keith Lee ask a couple times. Sorry, Alex, back to you. Back to Alex with the weather.
I would say, just this move is a W. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. But I just hope Johnny can keep that level of consistency. Because, again, we all know going from challengers to the league is a big jump. Obviously, Johnny's been in the league before. He was on Vegas last year for a little bit. They beat OpTic online. So hopefully he can keep it up. Because, again, when he's in the flow, I mean, brother was just running around doing whatever the fuck he wanted, bro. He had like continuously had over like 15 in every search.
He was
I think
cooking.
like he was cooking. So W, in my opinion. I'm glad Kataga kind of took off the rose coated lenses with Lynz and saw that he was absolutely dog piss.
Oh my god.
And decided to build around Kismet instead.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what you're gonna need, to be so honest. And I don't doubt it if this isn't the last move, or the last move that LAG makes. Because I also think Priesthood needs to go, to be honest.
That's actually exactly what I was about to ask. So, chat, give us your input as well. Do we think LAG makes another move? And if they do, who do they drop? Who do they bring in? Preston?
Yeah, I mean, here's to me, there's an obvious answer. I'm not gonna lie to you. Barring I haven't heard any if this guy's rumored to another roster or not.
Chat, he has all the intel. Chat.
I don't.
Don't get it twisted, chat. We pretty much know what roster moves are about to happen in the next couple of days. We just can't tell you.
Okay. Yep.
We just can't tell you.
We don't. This is fella. To me, this is fella. I mean, this honestly, I think this makes a ton of sense. Arcitys to ROKKR, which is where a lot of people thought fella would go, but Lunars is literally down there. And that was the OMiT Brooklyn AR duo that was running shit for weeks before Lunars got picked up. So I think Fella would fit right into that Priesta role, and I think he would do it much better. And you get your AR duo back in Lunars and Fellow. I think that makes the most sense to me, barring Fellow not being linked to another team. Because I would assumed he was going to go to ROKKR pre-RC.
Is Priesta their flex right now or their main?
He's their flex.
Flex, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Lunars flex before, but P Dog is a flex at his core.
What about Rex? Dylan Rex or Brack?
I don't think either of them. From what I've seen, I don't feel like either of them are flexes in the terms that we use a flex. Like, I feel like I saw Fellow definitely take the sub out more than Rex. And then I want to say I saw Arcitys take a sub out more than Brack. But Brack is Brack is nasty.
They're both gross.
I actually think Brack, I'm almost more impressed with Brack after watching him on LAN, like in person, than what I was seeing online. Because, bro, I don't know what it was, if it was standing like 4.5 feet behind him watching his monitor on LAN. That guy was frying. Like, that guy was slamming everybody he was playing. It was insane. I think it dropped 15 kills in one round of Control. That first round in whatever map that. Oh my god.
Like, no bullshit. I think I just forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. Never mind. I literally just had a brain fart. Dude, I just forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. Sorry, Chad.
Is Priest out of the league? He gets dropped here. Yeah, I think that might be it. I think that might be it for P-Dog, unfortunately.
I also saw people ask. Sorry,
I would say we saw a stat that he hasn't won anything, or he hasn't won a series on LAN ever since he won champs in MWP2.
He hasn't won a series on LAN in like a year and a half.
It's fucking insane. Over a year and a half of no LAN series wins, chats. Not tourney, series.
I'd at least get one.
Yeah, you would.
At least get one, brother. Jesus
like, that's
Christ.
insane. I think he's done, man. Unfortunately. Barring like him going down in challengers next year and like running shit for a little bit, I think he's done.
Yeah. I also see chat asking about attach. If attach was to get dropped, if let's say in the potential world where they bring in Pred, they move Max to a flex, Sib to a main, does attach hang it up? Does attach wait, see if he can get on another roster? Do you think a team like an LAG or Falcons would potentially take an attach on the tail end of this season or going into next year?
I mean, they should
possibly, but
I mean, I will say for attach, like Nick said, attach can go into content, I think, comfortably. Like, I think attach is one of those pros where like he's not like, holy fuck, I'm screwed. Like, I think he can get into content So maybe having that in the back of his mind, it maybe could lean him that way. But attach a dude, the 4-piece to win that Hacienda hardpoint on land this past major, disgusting. We know Attach still has it in him. He shows flashes, but he's definitely not been impressive this season, I would say.
Attach could hop on the flank. I don't think he would mesh well with those guys.
I mean, Attach and Zoom are boys, though.
Yeah, they probably are, but I don't think his takes would be what the flank wants to see.
He could replace somebody else on that show.
I feel like Attach and OCTANE would have similar takes. Like, I feel like they both just have very level-headed, like, you know what I'm saying? Calm takes, and I don't know if that's what they want.
Yeah, I think I love Dill, but I think you know, it might be getting close.
I mean, he is the second oldest player in the league, right behind Slasher.
Yeah.
Not that he's old, right? Because he's only like a year or maybe 2 older than I am, which is, we're just fucking unk out here, I guess. But you know, he's getting to that point where people start to hang it up. If you've made it as long as Attach has, that's impressive. To be a pro for he's been a pro for 10 plus years at this point. Like, it's pretty insane.
Gabe is asking if LAG blows it up this offseason. I would imagine.
Yeah. Whatever, unless LAG like signs Pred and Kenny and buys out fucking Shotzi, like, of course they're gonna blow it up. What else are they gonna do? Like, maybe LAG finds a player or two they want to build around next season, but yeah, LAG's making a 3-man change at minimum probably in the offseason.
You guys want to talk about Major 2?
Yeah, we could talk about Major 2. I mean, we can honestly open the floor to chat also to just rip off some questions that we can answer as we go. But yeah, let's talk about Major 2, man. Let's start it like this. Biggest surprise, and we'll do it this way. Biggest good surprise and biggest bad surprise. So, like, biggest surprise and biggest disappointment.
Biggest good surprise? I'll go with Ultra. I mean, those guys look nasty on the tail end of the tournament. They lost first day to, who did they lose to?
C9.
C9? I was going to say Boston, but Boston beat LA Lat. So sorry about that, Jake. But yeah, I'll say Ultra. Joe was playing really well. Kleenex was playing really well. Insight had his moments. Insight literally won them that control against OpTic when he stayed alive on the point. So I'll go with Toronto. Played really well. They hit 3-0 literally everyone, and then they got to 3-0 Thieves. Oh my god, that was the series where Jake literally fell to his knees front row and was just very upset. So I'll go with them. Those guys played really great. They lost to Surge, which kind of expected. Surge are also a really good surprise, but I'll let them talk about that if they have for that. And then bad surprise, I think the biggest one is Lat. Going 7-0 and then losing Thursday to Boston. They kind of picked up their swagger back up like Friday, and then Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday it kind of just shit the bed, unfortunately. Top 4. It's not to say that it was top 4, right? Yeah, top 4 is not that bad, but how Jake said and how he's always say, it's definitely an underperformance from what they had at Major 1, where they got second. So the 7-0 curse is real. You are right, Bot.
It fucking is.
But I'll let everyone else go.
Yeah. Also, Luke with 199. Thank you, Luke. He said no undefeated team. That's not true, right? Cold War FaZe went undefeated and won. I think Cold War FaZe is the only team.
It's no 7-0 team.
Well, yes, no 7-0. FaZe did it at 5-0. Also, yes. Epic with the 4-month member. My guy. Let's fucking go, Epic.
Let's go, Epic.
All right, yeah, Preston, go for it, bro. I'm sure you're just going to say the same shit Alex just said.
I have 2 rants.
Here we go.
Let's start with the disappointment. LAT. I'm fucking pissed at these guys. I'm literally fucking pissed at these guys. Okay?
Gotta go, chat.
No, he's not. Dude, chat. The entire time at the venue, this guy was over there. Any other team that played against Land. Let's go Miami. Let's go Boston.
I was trying to piss off Jake and it was working. It was literally working. Every time, dude, every time somebody came out and played LET, I would get up and cheer for the other team. It was pissing Jake off, dude. He would turn around and look at me with the sternest fucking look in his eyes, bro. It was fucking comedy.
Oh my god.
No, but these guys pissed me off. We talked for weeks and weeks and weeks about how these guys are the team that's going to be FaZe. They looked unbelievable. Nobody could fuck with them. The only team that could fuck with them was FaZe. And they didn't even make it to FaZe because they fucking choked. They fucking choked bad. They lose to a winners round one matchup versus Boston, which they should win 10 out of 10 times. They choked bad. This was their tournament to win, and they blew it. So they pissed me the fuck off. They pissed me the fuck off for one reason in particular, which is my biggest good surprise, which I can't believe I gotta fucking compliment these motherfuckers, but FaZe are back, and they're back in full force. They are back in full force. These guys look like they are Cold War 2.0. Unfortunately, for OpTic fans, for the rest of the league, they look unbelievable, okay? Like, literally 8 months ago, they were talking about dropping Cellium, and it looked like they were on the verge of blowing it the fuck up. It looked like they were on the verge of blowing it the fuck up. And now they are, like, back like never before. And it pisses me the fuck off. So LET is on my shit list for the next X amount of weeks. Because now I gotta gas these fuckers, and I gotta deal with all the FaZe fans putting this EWC tweet all over my fucking timeline that I've apologized for 30 times
You
already.
shouldn't have tweeted that in the first place. You can't put that on anybody else but yourself.
But here's the thing, okay? And this is my secondary rant, right? I'm gonna stand on what I said. At the time, I tweeted because I believed what I was tweeting. I did. I thought they were done. I was wrong. Very wrong. They look unbelievable. Again. But I'm not going to delete it because, you know, at the time I tweeted it, I believed it. So at this point, I'm taking it on the chin, and it is what it is. These guys are back, and we'll see. Also, for the argument that I'm seeing on Twitter, these guys are a dynasty, chat. I mean, I hate to break it to you guys, but these guys are a dynasty. I mean, they have what? They only have one ring as a trio. Okay, sure. But, dude, the consistency is unbelievable. And it actually pisses me off. It genuinely pisses me off. It really does. They might be like technically a dynasty by like a slim margin right now because of only one ring and, you know, at smaller amount of tourney wins. But the competition is at the highest level that it's ever been. Man, these guys are unbelievable. That's it. You guys take that with a grain of salt. Okay, you guys can clip me gas and phase all you want. It won't fucking happen again. LAT pissed me the fuck off this weekend, chat. They pissed me the fuck off, dude.
Notice how we didn't rant about OpTic, chat? Because those motherfuckers are shit.
They exceeded expectations. Everyone thought they were going top 12. They got top 8. I walked out happy as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I can't believe those fucking motherfuckers at LA Thieves lost to Boston Breach in round 1, chat.
Chat, get ready, chat, get ready.
In dude, chat, I think I might, Preston, how many times do you think I said we lost to fucking Boston Breach on Thursday night? How many times do you think I said that in No Doubt?
Quite
70.
a fucking bit.
Dude, I genuinely, I could not, but I think what I've noticed with the Thieves team, especially this weekend, is like when they get punched in the mouth, like if they get caught off guard and like, you know, they kind of get cooked, I feel like it's hard for them to regain. Like it's hard for them to get back together and like remember the game plan without like people feeling like they need to make one-on-one plays. Like Hydra, I feel like once they're just down like 100 points in hardpoint, Hydra feels like he's got to go try to pop a 2-piece. And when a team is up 100 points on you, you're probably not popping a 2-piece against them. Like they're probably playing good COD. Yeah, they was disappointing. Listen, I've been to 2 events and LA Thieves has gotten 4th at both of them. So Major 4 chat, you know, I think we're gonna be there at Major 4. Put your money on LAT 4th place because that might be my curse. But
yeah, I want to
just
preface
ultra disappointing, bro. Ultra disappointing.
I want to preface something. We sat there Thursday. Alex and I relaxed as fuck because OpTic weren't playing. This motherfucker was so fucking confident walking in line on Thursday.
Yeah, I was. Rightfully so.
And both Alex and I looked at him and said, listen, dude, as big-time OpTic fans, do not go into this event feeling confident. Because the second you walk into an event feeling confident, all you can feel is pain and despair. And 2 hours later, they lose to the Boston fucking Breach in winners round 1. And he moped for the rest of the night. He moped like a little child that got his binky stolen, dude. It was fucking unbelievable. We warned him. We literally warned him not to go in with confidence, and he did anyway.
Nah, listen. For one, I can't control if I'm subconsciously naturally optimistic. Skylar with a 5 gifted right there. Holy shit. Also, Skylar, that's 3 months. He also 3 months membership himself. My fucking guy. Let me see some W's in the chat, some sub hype for Skylar, man. First 5 bomb back since Major 2. That's my fucking guy right there. But yeah, I was just naturally also Ed with the $2. He said that was the second time Snoopy whooped LAT ass. Thanks, man. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, nah, definitely. I was confident in LAT. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm going to remain confident in that team unless they go 0-5. Then I won't feel as confident in this online split. But I will always be confident in a team of this caliber, especially coming off of such a strong stage and being as good as they were in every single game mode. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Unfortunately, they let me down. At least they made top 4, right? At least they regained, got a win versus Miami, a win versus Ravens, and a win versus C9.
No, I mean, you had every right to be
3-0 out of the tournament Sunday morning. Absolutely fucking, oh, man, bro. Chat, listen to me. I can't even, like, we can't make this up. Saturday night, we go over to Challengers to try and get some interviews and stuff like that. We go over to Challengers to try and get some interviews. Preston goes, we walk into Challengers. Preston goes, oh, it's your boy Joe Deceives is out there. So I turn around, I go back out. I go up to Joe, I dap him up. I say, what's good, Joe? I'm Jake. He knows who I am, obviously, because you know what I'm saying. He knows who I am.
Fucking Hollywood.
Nah.
Yeah,
So we're talking to Joe. First of all, shout out to Joe Deceives. We interviewed him. That video should be coming out. We actually interviewed him twice because the first time the mic wasn't on. I blame Lando. Lando is Preston's brother. He is supposed to be our manager and our cameraman. He did not have the mic on. That shit was chalk. But Joe Deceives was cool to do it a second time around. But I said to Joe Deceives, I said, Joe, I love you, but please go easy on LAT tomorrow. Motherfucker did not listen, chat. I think if anything, he went harder. I think if anything, chat, I watched Joe Deceives absolutely, and I mean absolutely, to the biggest extent I can use the word, gobble Envoy top window Hacienda. Like, turn the fuck on Envoy. Slam him so hard that I knew it was over. Like, I knew it was over. That was it. That was literally it. Envoy had him one shot. Joe Deceives turned around and said, hold my absolute sack, Dylan. Hold my absolute sack. Oh my God, Chad. I asked him. I said, please, Joe. Please. Go easy on us, man. Go easy on us.
My God, I wish you guys were there. Jake was tweaking all weekend.
He did not go easy on us.
He was tweaking all weekend, bro. I turned around after map 1 Miami when Real had 70, and I just see Jake like, he thought it was over. He thought it was done, dude. He was tweaking all weekend. They did not give him any break, bro. Holy shit.
I tried to give him some of my aura, chat, when I met him on Thursday night. Dapped him up, fist bumped him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
they won 3
That's
series.
after they lost too.
Yeah, they won 3 series after I gave him some of my aura. But
they got you to Sunday.
it ran out. It didn't last 3 days. It only lasted 2.
They did.
Are there any other LAT fans in here? How do y'all feel?
Any other LAT fans? Chat, there's got to be LAT fans in here. I mean, the fuck?
LATS fans?
Sending this to entice Caesar to shave the stash. Oh, fuck. $2 to save your stash. Shout out Keithley.
Guys don't fuck with the stash or what?
That's porn stash to you, chat. Nah, that was insane. But chat, we have more content to come from the event. We got probably another 5 to 6 player interviews that we have to drop. And we had like 10 fan interviews that we're going to cut up into probably 10 different videos. So if you don't follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube, around the CDL on both of them, definitely do it, because that's where we're also going to drop them on our Twitter, but they're also going to go on those pages as well.
I hope Vivid. I
Keithley
hope
with another
Raven
2. Let's go.
stick. I hope Raven sticks so we can post that Vivid interview, man.
No bullshit. I'm still posting it.
No,
I'll
no,
post it,
dude,
bro.
I'll feel so bad.
Yeah, we
I
saw
would
we
feel
saw
so
we saw
bad.
Vivid walking around the challengers area for probably like 30-40 minutes
hour.
before we asked him to interview. And bro looked kind of sad, right? Like he definitely looked a little. He was by himself, like kind of walking around, sitting around by himself. He started walking past us though, and Preston was like, "I'm gonna ask him for an interview." So he asked him. Preston was asking him like, "How do you feel about the team? What's your goal for the rest of the season?" And then like a day later, it's like Vivid getting dropped for Kenny, and Preston's over here asking him. This guy's probably already knew who's getting dropped. It's over here asking him, "What are you gonna do? What do you want? What's your goal for the rest of the season, Vivid?"
Chad, how am I supposed to know? Dude, how am I supposed to actually know? Like, Gabe, we did not try Wiener Schnitzel, no, but we did at Portillo's.
Oh, that dinosaur reminds me, chat. The vlog will be coming out. I'm just waiting for Alex to send all the clips from his camera. Once we get all the clips from him, I'll edit together the vlog. It might take me a couple days to edit that, but there should be a nice, thick vlog coming your way, chat.
That finger pointing and calling out specific players wasn't allowed at majors. This is COD, brother.
I think technically at EWC they weren't supposed to do that, like
Yeah,
Saudi
EWC
rules,
is
but
based.
yeah.
Jesus, that's so real, bro. So real. I stood in line, my stomach hated me. And then, the day after, I got another foot-long chili cheese dog from Sonic.
Chat,
yeah.
I'm not even trolling. I'm not even trolling, chat. I think Preston ate 6 meals a day. Like maybe more. It might have been more. I think it was 7. It might have been 7 meals a day. This guy, chat. We would eat breakfast in the hotel. We would go to the venue, stand outside for like 45 minutes, an hour. Before we even got inside, Preston would say, "I gotta get some food, bro."
Dude, chat. I am 6'4", man. I'm a hungry dude. Like, come on, please.
Chat, his
fuck.
back is so large.
Okay.
His back is so large. Also, Keithley with another 199. Let's go. I don't think Crump will get fined for that.
Chat, the amount of autographs that Preston and Jake signed at the at the major was fucking insanity.
Do not lie.
The amount of people that came up to him and said, "Yo, can we take a picture?" There was really a guy that came up to Lando thinking it was Preston, said, "Hey, can we get a picture?"
That was hilarious.
And Lando was like, "Preston's over here." Walked him to Preston, and they just took a picture.
Preston was taking a lot of pictures. I can't lie.
These guys are fucking.
No, we're not doing
Hollywood,
this
dude.
We're not doing this shit. This
Hollywood.
dude
Preston is so famous, chat.
Okay. This dude Jake signed 2 autographs.
I didn't sign any autographs, chat.
While Alex and I are waiting in line to say hi to Scump, dude. This guy signed 2 autographs. Like, what? Nah, hell no.
Nah, that's not me, bro. That was AI, chat. That was literally AI.
I'm so sure. Dude, Scump knew who Alex was. It's all in the vlog. It's literally all in the vlog.
Yeah,
that is such cap.
You're gonna see a lot in the vlog, chat. We got a lot of behind the scenes footage, things like that. It's gonna be great.
Oh my god.
Who the fuck is Duke Dennis?
He's a streamer.
Okay. Is that a good or bad thing that I'm the Duke Dennis of the CDO?
I think it's a good thing. You're very famous, chat. This guy Preston's famous, bro.
I am the least Hollywood out of the 3 of us. Like that was official after this weekend.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. Even Rafi was like, he was giving up on you. It might be me. No bullshit.
This guy Alex walked up to the OpTic watch, like both meet and greets, right? The watch party and the OpTic Texas team. They all were like, "Burner, my fucking guy."
Swear to God, that's how that was.
And then Scump talked about Alex on his stream the next day. He said, "We got to meet the OpTic, Burner." I have a clip of it too.
That is.
That's such cap.
Dude, that's all that is so true.
Nah, this guy Alex is literally him, bro. He's literally
Guys
him.
knew who Jake was. Guys knew who Jake was right away. The only one that didn't get recognized the entire weekend was me, chat. Nobody knew who the fuck Caesar was.
It's literally a lie.
Nobody knew
It's
who
literally
the
a
fuck
lie.
I was.
Literally, Standy recognized you.
No, the fuck he only recognized me because I was on your watch party, motherfucker.
Standy went up to Jake, fist bumped him, and said, "I like your watch parties." And then Preston started laughing, and Sandy was like, "Oh yeah, I recognize you too." Sandy didn't give a fuck about me.
It's true. Standing didn't go fuck
Bro,
about Alex.
he didn't
It's
give
true.
a fuck about me. At that moment, I looked at Rafi and I said, "Rafi, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding."
Nah, bro.
Dude, Sandy
Bro, what?
is cold, bro.
This motherfucker X said Kylie just slapped Caesar's belly.
Oh my
It's
god,
over.
the vibes are high.
Fucking ring us right now. Ring us. I'm so in.
Ring
Holy
us, he
shit.
said. He said
Ring
ring
us.
us.
Can't be any worse than those LAT shitters.
See, Joker
Oh,
said I knew all three of you. There you go.
That's because
Yeah,
Joker's my fucking
that's 'cause
guy.
Joker's our guy, dude.
That's
Joker
my
knows
fucking
ball.
guy.
Joker knows fucking ball, bro.
For y'all that don't know, Joker is the analyst for OMiT Brooklyn.
Mhm.
Super nice dude.
Yes.
That's our fucking guy.
But yeah,
Dude,
dude, the
Fellow-
major is sick.
Yeah, we got to talk
Fellow
to
is a
Fellow.
dope motherfucker.
Simmons
Yeah.
chat went crazy for Preston earlier. I didn't see that shit. I didn't see any of that shit. I heard I got the clip of Tommy saying, "Who the fuck is this guy?" But I didn't see the chat going nuts. I didn't
Nah,
see the
dude,
check
Jonathan,
going
lock
at all.
in, bro. Lock in.
Yeah, Jonathan, you know ball.
Literally nobody knows who I am.
You know ball. You know ball.
Nah, Fellow was
Even
sick
s-
though. Fellow sat down
even
and
s-
actually talked to us.
He did for a good 40 minutes.
Wait, chat.
What are
You
you
guys
talking about,
got to
Fellow?
see the pictures, bro.
What are you talking about?
You should put up the pictures. The pictures are so cool.
Let me pull up these pics, bro. Hold on.
The way Ryan makes us look good is so tough.
Chat,
dude.
look at
It's
these.
Skyler,
Chat,
I don't
look
know
at
what you're
these
talking about.
pictures.
Dude, wait, Jesus.
Nah, Boozer, you got me, bro.
Dude,
Look at us, chat.
Alright,
Look at
chat.
us.
chat, if y'all know who Boozer is, big OpTic fan as well. He gave me, Preston, Lando all dabs. Jake was standing there with his hand out, and Boozer just ignored the fuck out of him.
He did. He
Just
egoed me.
absolutely ego.
He egoed the fuck out of me.
Oh my god,
Holy
dude.
fuck. Oh my
He egoed the fuck out of me. Chat, I
Egoed
was
the
literally
fuck out
like
of him.
this. And then I just slowly put my hand back in my pocket. Look at this picture, bro. We look so tough.
Chat, that picture is tough.
Look at us.
bro.
Look at us with Rafi, bro.
Oh my god, chat.
Chat, is that
Rafi's from
Aura?
Hollywood.
Is that
I
Aura,
was so
chat?
nervous. I was so nervous standing next to Rafi. This guy just,
I mean, that guy's
he's
got
so
like
Hollywood.
he's got millions, bro. Like Rafi's got
Yeah.
millions. He owns 2 challengers teams, winning tournaments, going to champs, flying to EWC. You know what I'm saying? He's got GMs ringing. Yeah, we were sitting there next to him. This guy was on his phone the entire time, bro, sending out messages, talking to GMs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He dropped hella intel on us too. We can't tell you none of that shit. But
Dude, this
Rafi was
guy-
dropping intel left and right, bro. I felt like I was fucking in behind the scenes.
Oh my god. You guys don't want to know about Jake Maverick to OpTic as their new fourth.
Oh my god.
Absolute fucking aura right there, bro.
Oh, I
Absolute
can't wait for
aura.
them to see the content, bro. The content's so good.
It's gonna be sick. OpTic streaming scrims tomorrow. Skies confirmed. Oh fuck.
Jose, I'm gonna time you out, not because you said that, but because you said that.
God damn it, Jose.
Well, this is an OMiT podcast. You gotta put some respect on the name.
Shout out OMiT. Yeah, Alex was literally posted by the CDL like 18 times this weekend, though, I will say.
Dude, they were fucking glazing me.
They
Oh
were
my
glazing the
God.
hell out of you, bro. It was crazy.
They fucking love you, man. They fucking love you.
They love the big hat. That's what they fucking love.
Chat, we wanted to hang out with Alex like 4 times this weekend. He told us to fuck off every time. It was unbelievable.
No,
it was
that
literally
is-
unbelievable.
That is chat. All right, when we were supposed to have the fucking it's like little interview thing with the hype squad,
Not
I
supposed
had-
to. We did have it.
Yeah.
We did have it. We did a podcast with the Hype Squad. Alex slept through it.
Dude, I had Hutchinson's
It's
literally
too
like
dashy.
an hour before, and it knocked me the fuck out, chat. When I tell you that smoked jalapeno and cheddar sausage and brisket and ribs. That shit knocked me the fuck out, chat.
Oh my god, chat.
I'm so sorry.
Chat, we left the venue. Preston Lando and I left the venue like right before the last map of the FaZe ROKKR series to go to the LAT meet and greet because I had to go watch LA. I had to go meet LAT. So I told Alex, I was like, listen, we'll text you when we're heading to the Hype Squad Airbnb to do this podcast, but it'll probably be around 7:30. We go to the LAT meet and greet. We meet LAT. Absolutely dope. This is my fucking guys. We're heading back. We're heading to the Hype Squad Airbnb, and I sent a text in a group chat. I'm like, Alex, we're heading here. Don't hear a word. Preston FaceTimes him, right? We get to the Airbnb. Don't hear a word. He doesn't answer. I send like 7 more texts. Preston FaceTimes him like 3 more times. Nothing. We're just, at that point, we're like there for like 40 minutes, and Hype Squad's like, all right, let's get this podcast started. We do a whole ass podcast with the CDL Hype Squad. If you guys don't know who that's are, it's a lot of the guys usually see in like the front row going crazy on screen. They do a bunch of content too. This motherfucker Alex, bro, texts us. Sorry, bro. I fell asleep, man. The Hutchins, the barbecue put me in a coma, man.
Dude, chat,
Insane. And the worst part about it is Alex has CDL Hype Squad in his bio.
He does. He really does. He does.
Alex has CDL Hype
Squad. Show up.
He was literally a part of both the groups, chat. Look at this motherfucker. God. He's got around the CDL podcast and CDL Hype Squad in his bio, and he didn't show up, bro.
Oh shit.
Chat. Hutchinson's knocked me the fuck out. It was the first time I've ever had barbecue like that. And I just knocked the fuck out, chat. I promise you it was not on purpose. I got home and I said, I'm gonna close my eyes for a little bit. The next thing you know, I wake up, it's 9 o'clock. I said, oh shit.
Chat, and then you want to hear it gets even better, chat. It gets even better. The next day, right? The next day, CDL Intel was hosting a party at this sports bar and grill after matches. We were leaving the venue, and we were like, we're gonna go back to the hotel real quick, and then we're gonna head over to this thing. We were leaving the venue, and we told Alex, like, listen, we're going to this thing, right? He said yes. We actually knew about this like weeks in advance, right? Because they posted about it. This motherfucker Alex never showed up to the party either, bro. This motherfucker Alex didn't show up to the party either, dude. Also, shout out Navarro. That's my fucking guy. It was a pleasure meeting you, brother.
This one I can attest to. This one, my brother got sick because of Hutchinson's.
He was. Chewy was fighting for his life.
Yeah.
He was fighting for his life, chat.
He was. That's very valid. That's very valid.
Do you see this Joker? They're pressing me right now.
So Alex egoed us 2 nights in a row, chat.
That is so good.
2 nights in a row.
Nah, Friday he gets an excuse. They were sick. Thursday's diabolical. That barbecue knocked his ass out cold.
That. Oh my god.
Nah, literally. Dude, we were at that party. We were meeting everyone, bro. TACTICALRAB, Lion Man, Gersh. We were yapping it up with so many different people.
Nah,
Navarro
Preston, tell
was
the
there.
story of what Gersh did at the party.
You mean when Gersh interviewed you after Saturday? That was after we left the venue. Remember he interviewed Alex?
Shut the fuck up. This dude Gersh. Chat. We pull up to this party. Okay, we walk in. Me and my brother Jake.
Yeah,
we're waiting for Alex.
He's literally lying, Chad. Just know he's lying.
We're waiting for Alex, who never showed up, but that's beside the point. It's us 3. Walk in, okay? We talk to the guy, waiting to get a table. All of a sudden, we see Gersh walk past, right? We're like, oh, okay, cool. He walks past, stops, turns, sees Jake, has like 3 drinks in his hand, says, Jake, give me a second. Puts the drinks down and wraps around to go dap Jake Maverick up, and then interviews him 40 minutes later at the same party. Literally stopped on a dime what he was doing to dap up the Jake Maverick. The Jake Maverick. That is an honest to God story. I swear to God. That is honest to God's truth. Nothing about that is a lie.
That was AI, bro.
Nothing about that is
so
a lie.
Fucking Hollywood.
It's okay. After the matches on like Saturday, he interviewed Alex outside the venue.
He didn't interview me, Dan. He doesn't know who the fuck I am. Fuck me.
No, chat. We had Smoothie King as well. That shit was godlike.
Oh, that shit was godlike.
That shit was godlike.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Gersh,
Wow,
though.
3
Shout out
famous
Gersh.
men. Rafi, you're literally the most handsome, richest, diabolical man
Dude,
of the
Rafi's
three of
literally
us.
got the verified check mark on Twitch. I mean, if that's not famous, I don't know what is,
Like,
bro.
Rafi
That
is
is
literally.
famous. That is famous.
I mean,
Speaking of verified badges, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, chat, if you have looked at our Twitter, oh. Rafi has the best beard I've ever seen. You're not wrong, Joker. It looks so
I
luscious.
hear you, bro. I hear you. Texas is the best shit, man.
Oh, but,
Dude.
oh man.
honestly, dude, the way
Honestly.
Rafi he's just so tough. The way he just,
Nah, Rafi is so much aura, bro.
he's just so
Rafi is
tough.
so much aura, chat. You should see the way this guy was sitting there in the challengers venue. Everyone who walked past had to bow down before they could pass him. It was insane. So much aura.
Chat, I
Dude,
don't like how little votes Alex is getting in this pool. I'm not gonna lie. You guys are letting Alex off. You
Dude,
guys are letting Alex
I'm
off.
telling you, bro. Alex is famous. He's Hollywood behind the scenes. It's like you don't realize it. You don't realize it until you're there in person, or you get the DMs we get from Alex occasionally with like the people he knows and the things he knows.
That is such. That's
Saw
can't
me-
verify. What
you
the
saw-
fuck, Rafi?
Wait, Gio, you saw me on Zuma stream, or you saw Preston on Zuma stream? Because the Zuma did
No.
watch a clip of Preston on stream earlier.
Not true. No
Joker.
idea what you're talking about.
Did they not though? Like every time someone saw Rafi, they literally said, "Rafi, our glorious king."
It
Literally
is.
every time.
It is. It's true.
Dude,
True.
Rafi just radiates with aura, bro. He does. He just radiates. Guy is glistening.
I walked into the venue and I can feel his presence from like 3 rooms away.
Nah, this weekend was so dope, chat. It really was.
He said,
It was
Rafi
so
said,
dope.
I had swamp ass. That's insane. Chat, Rafi's in the Twitch chat. If you're on YouTube and you don't see his message, it's because he's over on Twitch. He apparently had swamp ass. That's good to know.
Oh my god. Skip the shower, no aura, dude. I mean, most of the Challengers players probably in there skipped a couple showers.
Oh, fuck.
The way it smelled in there, Jesus Christ.
It smelled bad, bro. It smelled really bad in the Challenger. You could, if you were standing outside the Challengers, like outside the room it was actually in, you could smell it. You could smell it.
Yeah.
Like if you,
To
if
be
you,
fair, in their defense, in their defense, which they could just reapply deodorant, so they get very, very, very little defense. But they were in a fucking roasting room for like 15 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, they were there like all day.
Yeah.
They did have like 50 PC setups.
Yeah, they had like 50 PCs. It was hot as fuck in there, and they were there all day. So we got to give them a small bit of slack. But them motherfuckers need to reapply for sure. God damn.
It was bad. It was really bad.
God damn.
It was really bad. I can't lie.
But it was fun, chat. It was fun. Everyone that
awesome.
came up to Preston, to Jake and I, just said what's up. They love the content.
So sick.
Yeah, we truly appreciate all y'all. Again, Major 4, that's our next hope. I'll be there for sure, 1,000%. You guys gonna be? Yeah, Nick. That's where we're hoping to be at that. Again, we're hopefully trying to get some sponsors to see if they can help out with some of the costs.
Yeah, Chad, hey, listen, if anyone wants to sponsor the Major 4 trip, if anyone's got a company or a brand they work for or own that wants some promotion, listen, we got some motion, chat. We got some motion. You know what I'm saying? All the video content we record at the venue, we can make sure to promo somebody in it, whether it's a logo, a t-shirt, a hat, putting their at in the tweets. If anyone knows anybody that'd be willing to sponsor the Major 4 trip to subsidize some of the costs, especially for Alex and Preston, because they got to travel, right? For me, it's a little bit local, but at the very least, I think Alex and I will be there.
Yeah, chat. If your auntie owns a local mom and pop bakery, I'll gladly wear a fucking shirt that says Auntie's Bakery and Co.
Yeah,
I'll gladly do that.
for sure. Hey, that sounds good, Navarro, bro. If you got anything, if not, it's all good. But you can shoot me a DM.
Nah, but seriously, Chad, that would be sick if we could.
Yeah,
we're trying to go.
Yeah. It's
We are trying to go.
it's expensive times, bro. Preston and I are both having a wedding in the next year. I just bought a house last year. Preston's trying to buy a house. Alex lives in California, so he has like half of his money's gone instantly off the paycheck. So yeah, going to events is expensive, but we've kind of figured out, I think, like going to events, doing on the ground coverage, like interviews, things like that, I think is really dope. And also, we want to get an Airbnb to which we would set up something to live stream, or at the very least record a podcast from the Airbnb, if not live stream after matches at nights. We think we could do that type of stuff. So it might be, unfortunately not watch parties for certain majors if we go, but a lot more other content. So if we could go to like 2 to 3 events out of the year, that would be sick. That would be the goal.
Joker, I'll get your name tatted on my chest. You just tell me where, brother. Anything. If Razor wants me to get their logo tatted on my forehead, hey, for a trip to Major 4, I'll do it.
Exactly, Steven. This guy Preston's going to Disney. Jesus Christ.
Disney was free, chat. That doesn't count. Disney was entirely free. That's through work. If it wasn't, I would not be going. Promise.
I'm already going. I already bought my tickets for Champs.
What a guy. Well, there you go. Alex will get you guys some Champs footage.
Yeah, I'm hoping the guys can make it too, so it's not a solo dolo trip.
I have no idea anything about it, Dixon, but it sounds like that shit's ass. To the people that actually know
Kitchener
Canada,
Ultra.
sounds like it's not great. No bueno.
I saw Dashy said even the Canadians aren't showing up to that.
I got you, Navarro. Just go in my luggage, brother. I got you.
Apparently Kitchener is not that nice. And the suite prices are out of this fucking world. Last he just said in chat, I live near Kitchener and it's mid. I've been to Kitchener to visit friends. It's not good. Okay, we're cooked, chat. We're cooked.
You buy a plane ticket to Champs already? No, I have not.
It sounds like that's cooked then for Champs.
I mean, there's an airport in Kitchener, and I usually fly Air Canada or United if I'm going like out of the U.S. So I think I can fly into Kitchener, which wouldn't be that bad. Why would they put in Kitchener? Money? Either money or because
couldn't get a venue.
Yeah, they couldn't get the other venue.
It's probably a combination, but if there was no venues that they felt were good available, then maybe that's why they looked somewhere else.
There's no direct flights to Kitchener? Are you fucking serious? Fuck.
Damn. I mean, I guess you
Fly
could
to
just
Buffalo and drive? How long is that? Like, at that point, I might just pick Preston up.
fly to Pittsburgh and then drive.
I'll meet you in Buffalo. Fuck it.
Someone in Methods chat said if they go to Kitchener, they'll get stabbed, and that they all said they weren't going. Holy fuck! Okay.
Good work, awesome.
Well, yeah, it sounds like James is cooked. I can't lie. It sounds like James is cooked. But
Let's see.
Alex will be there, man. He'll be there lit, turn.
When is Champs? June what? Like the
know.
last
End of June, 20-something? 23rd to the 26th, maybe?
Hey, peace out, Navarro. Safe flight tomorrow, brother.
Can you buy only 2 seats and have Preston sit on Jake's lap? Yeah, I can do that.
Sure. See you tomorrow. 26th or 29th.
26. Let's see. If I get there like on the 25th.
I hope that it's at least hype. Like I hope that the crowd is pretty good. But if it is kind of a dead area and there's not a whole lot to do outside of the venue, I guess that's unfortunate for the people that go.
I mean, they should. It should still at bare minimum be cool. I just hope people show up. I really do, because it sounds like people won't want to go.
Yeah.
But I mean, especially if OpTic start playing better, people want to go. Shit, I'd go. I don't give a fuck where it's at in Canada. I've always wanted to go to Canada, but
just
I got way too.
Hate the drive, bro.
That's the week before I leave for vacation.
Pittsburgh to Kitchener is a 5.5 hour drive.
That's not that
I
bad.
mean, I could definitely drive. No, I mean, I would definitely drive over flying, but
It's a 1 hour flight. It's like $500.
London champs would be absolutely fucking crazy.
I can't believe. Also, chat. What are these votes on this poll, man? You guys are totally not accurate with your votes on that poll. By the way,
that's starting to see right through you, Jake. They're
dude,
starting to see
I'm
right.
literally not Hollywood, chat.
They're
You're just
literally
believing.
starting
You're just
to
believing
see.
Preston and Alex's lies. Literally all
Nope.
AI.
Nope, they're starting to see right through
Literally
your
all
bullshit.
AI.
They're starting to see right through you. They are.
Yeah, me being 8%, that seems about right.
That's not
Okay.
accurate.
That's a little faded. You should
Really,
be,
Rafi should have more votes if we're keeping it honest.
you should be like 15 at least. Jake should be 40. Rafi should be 41, and you and I should make up the other 19.
With me with like 2 and you 17, I'm cool with that.
I was thinking more like 8 and 11. but-
Oh man.
Oh, God.
Chat, any other questions, comments, things you want us to talk about? What are we thinking, bro? What do you guys think of the major? What do you guys think of ROSTERMANIA?
See, even Joker
You're
said
not
it.
kidding, Zen, bro. What did Joker say?
Joker said, chat went to the
Dude,
major and more people
Joker, lock
recognize
in,
Jake than
bro.
anyone.
Dude,
Lock in, Joker.
Joker knows ball. Joker knows ball.
Challenges roster mania, you have any intel? I should be asking you that. What's the OMiT Brooklyn team?
Yeah, what's the OMiT Brooklyn team, Joker?
Yeah, what's the OMiT Brooklyn team?
Let us know.
Any opinions on the Surge team? Yeah, they look good, man.
They're good. I'm really happy Surge are not onliners. Like, I'm really happy they came to the major and played pretty much as good as I think we could have expected.
Yeah, me too.
Game 5, round 11, winners finals versus FAZE. I mean, I guess the finals was a little disappointing, getting 4-0'd. Pretty dominant out of FAZE in that one, but they're definitely not onliners, which is just great.
Chat. 2 winners finals for FAZE, 2 game 5 round 11s. Fucking holy shit. Those guys are so icy. Oh my god. They pissed me the fuck off. Those guys are way too icy. They're so short and they have so much aura too. Ah, those guys piss me off, man. Oh my god. Fuck.
Yeah, Nick, I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely a little quiet during the finals. I would say probably there was about 7 FaZe fans in the whole venue. No, not really. There might have been like 50. There might have been like 30 FaZe fans in the venue. Everyone else was pretty much quiet because FaZe was just slamming Ultra, or not Ultra, Surge.
Yeah.
So it definitely was kind of quiet. Yeah, there was a couple moments where maybe the stream didn't pick up all the audio, but I think maybe 2% of the venue was excited during that finals and everyone else wasn't. And also a lot of people already left, especially as each map went by, more people left because they realized FaZe was just running pockets.
Wait, Joker, were you there when, after Pioneers lost and Exceed came, he started just...
Dude, I thought Exceed was going to break a hole in the wall after that one.
Yeah, that was some passion out of Exceed. I gotta tip it. Brother came out, said, "Oh my god," and Lee just went to the wall. Bro just said,
He beat the
Wait,
shit
Joker,
out of
you
that
think-
wall.
Joker, you think that thing's bullshit or what? You think he's not being dead ass? Think it's all just a little front?
venue cleared after that OpTic match. Yeah, that shit. Which I mean, honestly, you kind of expected it. Unfortunately, I will say though, for us boys, if we weren't in the venue, we were over at Challengers. I promise you, we were not being bad fans.
Can't confirm.
Yeah, the venue definitely was pretty dead unless something really insane happened, I think. Once OpTic was eliminated, it definitely kind of died out. And Wattage, to answer your question, Exnid speaks English. It might not be the best English, but he speaks it.
Caesar.
Wait, chat. Preston met Exnid and was geeking, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my weekend was made, dude. My weekend was made.
Holy fuck. He was geeking meeting Exnid. Honestly,
my
I think
God, I
Exnid was
fucking love
geeking meeting
Exnid.
Preston.
I walked over and I see him. I said, "Excellent." He looked at me, started smiling immediately. I had no idea who the fuck I was. I said, "I'm Caesar." He looked, his eyes got big as fuck. He said, "Caesar, Caesar." Oh my God, my weekend
That's his
was
fucking
made.
guy, bro.
I was so hurt. That's my guy.
Nah,
That's
he
my
was
fucking guy.
he was gassed. And then Preston posted the picture on Twitter, and Exnid responded, "Caesar, green heart." Oh my God, bro. He was, I mean, yeah, we were standing probably like 25 feet away from Preston when he went over to Exnid, and Exnid was facing us and Preston's back was to us. And I could tell when Preston said he was Caesar because I saw the look on Exnid's face. At first, he just looked like excited to meet somebody. Bro, he lit up when he realized who Preston was because he knows who Preston is. He follows him on Twitter, and Preston goes into his chat in stream, and he's like the only one who speaks English in his chat, so he knows who he is. He was geeking when he saw Preston. They were both geeking. It was so funny.
It made my weekend even better, Chad. I was so geeked. I fucking love that guy. I love that
fucking
guy.
excellent, bro. Hey, thank you, Zone. Appreciate that, bro.
Thank you, Zone. Good. That's good gas.
Nah, it
You
was
guys make
sick.
this shit fun, man. You really do.
Nah, the amount of people genuinely we met, like players and community members, fans just like us, was fucking crazy. It was actually insane. Like, I never in a million years thought we'd get to meet so many people and talk to so many people that we did.
The chat, y'all are pretty cool in person. Thank God there wasn't any weirdos.
Mm.
Wait, no. Lando said the people that were sitting next to him,
Those drunk motherfuckers, bro.
Oh
They
my
were-
God,
They were
bro.
those same guys were at Champs last year. They were so drunk.
they were watching some very naughty stuff on Twitter. That's all I'll say.
What were they watching on Twitter? Wait, I didn't even know about that.
Ask Lando, because he told me.
Nah, those guys were those guys needed to be escorted out. I think it would have made the viewing experience more pleasurable for everybody else.
Mhm.
They were just screaming, bro. They would just scream like random shit, and they thought they were way funnier. They weren't funny at all. They thought they were hilarious.
And they were
Yeah.
they were hammered, Chad, so it made it worse. They reeked of alcohol, and they were just so fucking loud and annoying. It was bad.
It was bad, bro. It was really
It was
bad.
bad. I don't know who they are. I didn't ask for their names. The guy tried to talk to me. I did not want any part of it. It was bad.
Yes,
No,
they
he's
were-
not wrong.
I mean, this who was it? It was one of the production or somebody
Yeah,
working for the
one of
CDL
the
told them to
production guys.
chill. They just kept like cursing at players and like calling people fat and stupid and ugly and like shit like that. And the production guy was like, "You guys need to stop." Like it was like to the
Interesting.
point where somebody said something. Because usually, like if fans are talking shit, it's kind of like whatever. But dude, they were
Yeah,
they were
so
annoying. They were
Ultra
annoying.
just beat OpTic, and Joe did the interview.
Mhm.
We also met Creskinator.
Yeah, shout out Kresk. We did meet Kresk as well. Let's go.
We did. She's an absolute beast.
Fucking goated.
Random lock in, bro. Jesus.
But yeah, chat. They were watching some not so friendly for work. Gooning mid-major.
Listen, man. Got to goon when you got it. It's time to goon, baby. T2G. I didn't get to meet NADESHOT though.
Jake, why does it come up? Why does
What?
it do that?
It shows what the
Yeah,
it doesn't show it for some reason on the actual overlay on the screen.
yeah.
Wait, what happened?
On like the actual screen, like where our cameras are, you can see the chat. The emojis don't show up as emojis. It shows up as like their tags. So it's Preston O and Alex Hat. There is a NADESHOT meet and greet at DreamHack, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time to stand in that line. I can't lie to you.
Alleycat blocked me. What should I do? I mean, thank God she did.
What the fuck did you do to block her, dude?
Yeah, do you just hear what that guy said, dude? This guy thinks he's gonna be waiting in line. NADESHOT's literally gonna be like, Jake Maverick, get your ass up here, man. Let's go.
Oh God.
Guy thinks there's gonna be a line.
Nah, bro.
Oh my God. Yo, dummy out. We might have to take the around the CDL meme page away from you, dude. You're making us look bad on the timeline, dude. You and Zepsy are making us look like morons.
Oh my god,
dude.
you guys replied to fucking Taden, big body bands.
You
That
and
shit was
Zepsy are
insane.
making us
He
look
said-
like morons.
He said,
bro.
I mean,
How do we tell him?
how do we tell him?
How do we tell
But-
him? And I mean, is fucked up. That boy Taden's a dog. We love
Nah,
Taden.
dead ass shout out to the Hype Squad, bro. I met a couple of them like very briefly at Champs last year. I think it was just more in passing hellos. But we actually got to hang out with them, obviously record the podcast, which we'll tell you guys when that gets released on their channel. But talk to them a bunch. They were working with Juvie at the event too. Shout out Juvie, use code MAV, 10% off it. Cool. Check out chat, you know the deal. Those motherfuckers are lit though. They're really lit. They're all super nice guys.
There you go. Yeah, there you go, dummy. Put not affiliated with around the CDL in your bio. There you go. That's how you keep the that's how you keep the names. So people know that you don't do shit.
What do y'all think Moscow would play in this game?
I mean, Moscow's
Not bad, to me.
Moscow's a good map. Like Moscow's fundamentally a well designed. It's 3 lanes. It's got some power positions. It's big enough size. It's fundamentally built well.
Yeah. I mean, Fire Rangers teased to come out for season 3, but I know apparently some pros don't like it. I mean, we have fucking dealership in right now.
Yeah.
And the OpTic boys were streaming earlier going over like what they were going to call everything.
Dude, if they could
But-
get firing range in for like SND and maybe like an HP, that would be sick. It's a bit of a smaller map, obviously, especially with the fast-paced movement in this game. But like, we've already played Skyline. Like, what's the fucking difference?
You're not wrong.
At least for search, because listen, dealership, at least it's something new, and Vault had to go for sure. Skyline, I think, is a good thing it's gone. But bro, you're gonna throw one nade off spawn, it's gonna blow up the entire enemy team if they don't have a trophy. And even if they have a trophy, the car might blow up and still kill the trophy in the first place. Anyway, so like, firing range might be kind of a move in SND for dealership, I think, potentially. But we'll have to see because they got to test. To be honest, I don't even know if they have to test because the CDL didn't even ask the pros, like, what maps do you want to take out, what maps do you want to put in. They apparently decided it on their own.
You'll never have to see 3 vaults again.
I love that. Vault S&D is horrible. We didn't see as many Vault S&Ds, I feel like, at the major.
Still might see 3 protocols, but that's a little bit better than 3 vaults.
Yeah. At least protocol control is good.
Bring Arsenal back. Cook. Oh my fucking god, I love Arsenal. And frequency. Both.
Yeah, don't worry. Next year, when all the BO2 maps are in the game at launch, we're going to be lit. Obviously, they're not new. They're going to be like remakes, so we kind of already know what they're going to look like and maybe play like. But bro, Raid, Standoff, Express, Slums, all those in the game at launch, which is the rumor. Yeah.
Dude, this dude, Zep is a fucking idiot.
Now what?
Now what do you do?
Breaking Point posted their Miami cards. And they had Lucky as the Burger King, and all I see is Zep. He says, "Oh fuck yeah!"
Oh, this guy's a
Oh,
moron.
what is it,
This
bro?
dude loves his Burger King card.
Is Ray the best comp map of all time?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
No bullshit.
Raid is fucking
No.
godlike.
No.
Yes. Raid is godlike, chat. Preston's just a fucking zoomer
No,
with his
actually,
takes.
it's Piccadilly.
Throwback. IW.
Oh my god.
Raid is literally perfect. You could put Raid in any COD game and they would play it.
I should put it in this one. Just give me jetpacks, dude. I want jetpacks. I've been feeding for some jetpacks. Don't get me wrong. I love Omni movement. It's nice, but
Bias take?
Well-
No bias. Just being real.
Oh man. I'm excited for more maps, bro. I'm excited for next year.
I'm excited for next split to start.
I know. We're gonna
From
we're gonna do
us,
our pick'ems for matches
bad
next
job.
week. Probably Monday night.
Yeah.
Probably Monday night. We'll go
Omni
live. I'm sure we'll have more
movement,
roster
just
majors to talk about.
My hands just hurt reading that bot.
Can you imagine?
Only moving in jetpacks. My hands just hurt.
Oh,
They actually
man.
did. They didn't win. They didn't win on throwback. They won on precinct. Wait. Right? Yeah, they won on precinct. But still, you're not wrong. But IW was godlike, unironically.
He loves IW, chat.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
AW jetpacks Omni moving guy might be cooking. Ooh. I might have to play in challengers. Run shit, you know what I'm saying? Ask Rafi if he wants
Dude,
to.
you got to get in those TFL 8s.
Dude.
Got to get in
Rotzi
TFL 8s.
confirms that this roster is the roster to the end of the season, chat.
Mm,
That's what they say until they go on 5, and then they're like, fuck. Let's bring Pred back.
HAVOK again.
Let's bring Pred back.
Dumiel, I tried to stream it yesterday, and my game crashed first game on.
Now, we didn't play Repo again. No bullshit.
We will play Repo again for sure.
Jonathan, what the fuck?
Nah, Preston's good for at
0.2?
least a 0.8, bro.
Thank you.
Preston's nasty, chat. All right, what do we say we round this out, man? I can't breathe over here, bro. This fucking post-major sickness is kicking my ass. Oh my god. Pred for attach, max to flex. Fuck it, let's go. I'm
Run it
down.
up, man.
I'm actually down. All right, boys. Closing words for you before we, talk to chat again and probably like, Monday night next week.
Preston, you can go.
Yeah, I Major was dope. FaZe look unguardable. LAT pisses me off. But as always, love you guys. Thank you guys for sitting here watching. You guys make this fun as always. So we don't have a show without you guys. So yeah. Shout out you guys. Shout out OMiT. And shout out Seasoned.
Chat seasoned.
That shit's sick, bro. That affiliate badge on around a CDL is sick. Yeah, that's all I got for you. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, chat. We appreciate all y'all. Major form one. What the fuck am I talking
Major
about?
form.
2.
He said major phone.
Major 2 is fucking great. Even with OpTics placing and with Lat going out top 4 and FaZe winning again. It's still great to meet all y'all. It's still great to do content. And yeah, again, we can't do this without y'all. We appreciate all the support that y'all show us on TikTok, Twitter. We don't have an Instagram, but we should probably get on Instagram at some point. On the streams, either you're watch partying Jake, or you're just bullshitting with me and Preston every now and then. We really appreciate y'all. And yeah, if you love us, if you hate us, you're still fucking watching. Once again, I appreciate that because I think Preston's stream peaked at like 190 concurrent viewers or something like that today, which was a W. So we appreciate all y'all. Yeah, we'll see y'all next week for our pick'em. CDL matches start next week as well. And we'll get that going. So yeah, chat.
Yeah, chat. Thank you guys for real. Yeah, I think this was the most viewers we had on the podcast episode, which is pretty sick at some point here tonight. So we appreciate you guys. If you don't already, subscribe to the channel, like the video, follow us on TikTok, follow our actual YouTube page, our Twitter. All of them are just @around the CDL. If you search that up, you'll find them. Man, we're gonna be posting more consistently across the board. A lot of content still to come from Major 2. Hopefully in the next week or so. And we really appreciate you guys, genuinely. Like, we go to these events and we kind of just expect to be vibing out with the boys and chilling, and all these people come up to us and say they love the podcast, they love the content, they like what we do for the scene, things like that. It genuinely means the world. So we appreciate you guys. I just knocked the thing off my mic because I'm so lit right now. But yeah, man, we'll see you guys next Monday with another episode with our pick'ems and probably further ROSTERMANIA talks. But until then, chat, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you later, man. Peace.
Peace.
Shout out OMiT.